going on? This video gonna go through what it takes to really make a car actually shine. You know, a lot of people think that waxing a car is what really makes it shiny, but it's kind of not necessarily true. I mean, wax will make a car shine, but how do you get that really nice glossy shine on a car? And there's a couple different steps you have to go through to make that happen. So basically what I'm going to go through is you know, my Mustang's been a little neglected in the detail department, so I'm going to kind of go over some you know, different products I'm going to use to, you know, make this car shine. So the other point of this video is, I mean, you know, I'm lucky this '03 Lincoln is in really good shape, and it's really not difficult to make this car look good. And you know, on the other hand, the Mustang is pretty beat up, but at the end of the day, the real point I want to make with this video is no matter what condition your car is in, you know, you put a little bit of time and effort into it, you can make a pretty dramatic change in how shiny it is. You know, in a vehicle like this Mustang, especially from a distance going down the street, it's going to look pretty phenomenal. You know, and obviously when you get closer to it, you're going to notice all those little chips and dings and imperfections, but from a distance, if it's prepped out right, using the right products, this car is actually going to look a lot better than it probably should. So basically what I'm going to end up doing is you know, first of all, the car is basically clean. I mean, I already wiped it off with a quick detailer. It's not really dirty. So let's say you were starting to do this with a dirty vehicle. You know, like if it was just kind of dusty and you want to clean it with a quick detailer, first thing I would do is run over it with this California car duster, which some people don't like this thing. I actually like it quite a bit. You know, a lot of people say it'll scratch the paint. It's like, well, yeah, I guess it can. I mean, touching a car with your finger can scratch it. So I mean, once again, it's not a show car. At the end of the day, I just want it to look good. And you know, same thing with the Lincoln. I mean, I'll use the car duster on it. It gets dusty, and I've really gotten away from just washing the car in general. Like, I'm pretty much just using, you know, a waterless wash method. I think it works out really good. So anyways, back to this. So let's say if this car was dusty, I would go over it with this car duster, and next thing I'm going to do is hit it with the clay. I've got this Eagle One mitt, which is actually pretty awesome, and then I've also got like the Meguiars old school clay bar, and I got some gloves. So the plan is going to run over it with the clay, and then what's really going to make this car shine is I've got some show car glaze. So what a lot of people don't understand is glaze is what really is going to bring out that shine, or even getting into like a polish like Meguiar's Ultimate Polish, somewhere along those lines. You know, whereas compared to a wax, the glaze is what's really going to make it shine. So going back to the clay bar, you know, the thing with clay bar is you have to understand this car has what they call bonding contaminants all over the paint. So you kind of really, your eye is kind of tricked by those contaminants to make this paint look hazy. So kind of think of like a piece of glass that has a layer of dust on it. Now imagine if you tried to clean that dust off, and even though you clean it, that layer of dust is still on there, and it's affecting the reflectivity of that surface. So what this clay is going to do is remove all those contaminants from the surface that you don't really notice are there even though they are. And what it's going to do is allow that paint to be more reflective. So once we get that layer of contamination off there, we'll be able to come back with this glaze and really bring out the shine. So kind of the purpose of this video, I mean, I just want to show how quick and easy a little bit can achieve a pretty big result. I mean, yeah, this car, it would definitely benefit from using a compound on it, and you know, doing a whole compound polish, getting into, you know, using like maybe a power rotary tool to do that. But like, the purpose of this video is to show you that you don't need power tools to get a pretty good result. And I guess at the end of the day, I would say that clay bar probably gives you one of your best bang for the buck as far as like changing the actual appearance of your vehicle. So, alright, let me show you a little example. Alright, so here on the passenger side fender, I've already clayed this. And just running my hand over it doesn't make very much noise. So now if I come over to this side and I run my hand on this fender, you hear that sound? It's all those contaminants sticking up. And what those contaminants are doing is, it's like a layer of haze on this painted surface. And that's going to really affect the reflectivity, how much this paint reflects light. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the Lincoln out of here. I'm going to pull the car into the middle of the garage and just going to start claying it out. And then we'll go over how to put that hand glaze on there. And I'll probably finish this off with a quick spray wax. Alright, so car's all cleaned up, ready to go. I got the mitt, got a microfiber towel. And I'm actually going to use Meguiars Gold Class Quick Detailer. The reason for that is it has carnauba wax in it. So I feel like that's going to provide a little more shine. Although Eagle One does make a detailer spray. And this stuff is pretty awesome. I like using it, but for this situation, I think I'm actually going to get a little more benefit out of the Meguiars. So go ahead and hit this fender. Always be sure to shake it up, agitate it. So what I like to do is get a little on there. Now you're not really pushing. Don't really put pressure on it. You want to just glide over it. You can kind of already hear a difference. The cool thing about this mitt too is, like, I mean, I use this on everything. Headlights, taillights, do all the glass. It's just gonna pull all those contaminants off of there. Let's go ahead and dry it with the towel. Now, quite honestly, just doing this, and especially using a detail spray that has the carnauba wax in it, like the Meguiars does, just doing this alone, it's going to really enhance the shine of your paint. So just as an example, here over here, that's how much of a difference. So, like I said, I'm going to do all the paint, I'm going to do all the glass, the sunroof, the windshield, all the way around. And next step I'll show you is putting on that glaze. Alright, so I got it all rubbed down with that mitt. It's probably kind of hard to tell, but it definitely brought the shine back. And the glass is nice and shiny. And like I said, I mean, this car is beat up. Has a terrible paint job on it, actually. I think someone actually repainted the whole car. Paint's peeling, fish eyes and chips and dents and dings, but at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, you know, a lot of people have a car like this. It's not perfect. But I mean, look at that spoiler. And this was, man, down here it was nasty. Just absolutely nasty. So, I mean, just doing that, quite honestly, just using this mitt or clay bar and using some kind of lubricant that has some kind of carnauba wax in it, it's going to make a massive difference. And then, I mean, you could even go as far as just to spray wax this and be done with it. But like I said, point of this is to really talk about actual shine. So I'm going to show you how to put this show car glaze on. It's definitely different than wax, so get into that. But I mean, honestly, like just hitting it with that mitt and a quick detailer makes a world of difference. Definitely adds a lot more shine than I think you would get with just waxing it. Alright, I'm just going to show you on a small section. I'll take a little bit of the detailer, get the applicator pad moistened, get your clean microfiber, and then with this glaze, it's not like wax. You cannot let it haze. So just work it on there and you wipe it off, and that's it. So you have to do really small sections at a time because you do not want this to haze up. I think a lot of reasons people have problem with the glaze is they just use it incorrectly and they try to do way too big of a spot. So there it is, glazed. And now make it go over this with a spray wax, which is probably what I'm going to do, just to get some kind of protection over the glaze. But I mean, the glaze is what's really going to give the car the shine. And getting that layer of contamination off with that mitt is pretty vital to not only like providing shine, but now it's way easier to take care of this car. Like coming back and trying to spray wax this now is going to be so much easier because the paint's not going to be grabbing that towel. So yeah, I've become a pretty big fan of like the clay bar or that clay mitt. That mitt is really nice. It's a lot easier than dealing with a little chunk of clay. I mean, I use it on everything, headlights, taillights, all the glass, all the paint. It just gets it that much cleaner. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over the whole car with this, and then I think I'll put a coat of spray wax on there and we'll show you the final result. Alright, well, hopefully you can see the shine. That's just with that glaze on there. So now just to finish it up, put a little Meguiars Gold Class quick wax on there, and I'll pull it outside, take a little video of it. But yeah, pretty shiny.